Anastasia, and this is my husband, Patrick.
We lived in this house for 10 years now. So we started remodeling this house pretty much the day after we moved in, but mostly on the exterior. So we've been planning this remodel in earnest for, I guess, 3 years, but realistically we started way before that.
So some remodel were sort of forced on us, and some of it was more of our intentions and something that we wanted to update and upgrade. So we thought of what we might want to do with this home pretty much 10 years ago when we moved in. So in the last 3 years, I think we really started to mapping out the layout. There's a tool that Patrick uses that allows us to kind of measure the house and start kind of figuring out all the different rooms and spaces and how we want them.
And we're fighting for inches in little spaces. We'd move a room and realize, oh, if we just had another half a foot, then it would fit perfectly, but we don't have that half a foot. Our house was built in 1952, which was great for, I'm sure, the time, and there's a bunch of homes all built the same. We have actually the premium house on the block. There's a slab, and then there's the raised foundation. We have the raised foundation. There's no insulation in the walls. The windows were updated recently, but pretty much the draft blows straight through the house from the front door to the back of the house. So we experience the weather changes with the seasons, inside and outside. So when it gets hot outside, it's hot inside. When it's cold outside, it's cold inside. Same design from 1952, just updated through the years. The biggest difference that we're gonna see, or try to see, is just being able to have our temperature regulated and being consistent indoors. My career, I chose mental health, so I talk to people all day. I enjoy the process of building something. I can do it on my own. I get great satisfaction from seeing the finished result. So over the past few years, I've been exploring what's called building science, which is the use of technology to gather information about your space, your indoor space, to improve upon the quality of living in it. So this would be, ventilation and cooling and heating and managing just the quality of the air. So I started exploring building science with newer construction and retrofits to improve upon that.
For selecting the GCs, we just went on Google, we went on Yelp to kind of see who is available, and so there were probably 10 different companies that just by going on a website, by seeing some of the testimonials, we've identified, okay, that looks good for us, at least, the type of projects that they had, or, sometimes it's just that feel of like, seems right. And so then I start calling the different GCs, and we've had interviews. So I think a lot of these conversations were really helpful to us just in general, because each contractor would come with their view and their angle. But what really brought us to DevArt and to Ray and his team is the willingness to be open kind of in this process, willingness to listen to kind of what drives us, what values we have, and kind of what do we want to achieve, but at the same time push us to, like, when things are maybe not unrealistic, or maybe I don't know, that they need
Sometimes it's not practical either.
or practical too.
Yeah.
So because sometimes, when you're too close to a project and you do need somebody level-headed to be like, actually, like, this might not work, or this potentially not give you what you think we will give you. And so we really wanted somebody like that too, that could be open to try different things and be creative in this process, but also let us know when we are being unrealistic.
Yeah, I think Ray was actually, if you remind me if I'm wrong, was the last one we met with, or at least scheduled. So we met with 3 or 4 others, and if I remember right, it was later in the day on a Sunday or something. I think it was a Sunday. And we were both really tired. We met with many other people, and we're like, oh, we don't want to do this one. It's already scheduled. But we knew right away. I think we ended up spending many, many hours with Ray, walking through home and talking about stuff. And we knew right off the bat that it was different. It was a different type of understanding and connection to what we wanted to do. He was realistic, but firm on, you should really rethink that. The reiteration of the design that we have now is actually a lot different, and he helped guide us to what was more practical. And in the end, it's actually more of what we actually wanted. We thought the other plan would give us these pieces that we liked, and realized that because of cost, there was some things that got in the way. There's some hurdles. And our plan now, just because of a practical adjustment, it's actually better.
Yeah, it was at the end just the synergy of kind of willing to hear us, to be part of kind of our vision and dreams, because he would emphasize, like, at the end we want to make sure that this home that you will move into eventually represents kind of that vision, that idea, but at the same time, what Patrick said, like the practicality piece that sometimes maybe we were missing, it was very strongly there pretty much from the first interview, and that was good. It was an important piece that we needed.
So we initially started the planning more directly with Ray, just sitting down with our idea. We had some sketches of what we were thinking, and that's when he initially challenged us with our first plan, because it was actually more destructive to the home, and he really questioned us on whether that was what we really wanted from a cost perspective and the end result. So the planning was a lot with Ray at first, and then he brought in his engineer and his design team to help with that. And that's when we quickly realized that we needed to shift to a more practical plan, which is how we ended up what we have now.
Meeting with contractors, especially like Ray and DevArt, because that was a really good match for us, is that we kind of learned that if we did it earlier, it probably would be kind of quickly geared us towards the right direction, because yeah, for 2-3 years, you still kind of being unchallenged basically in your imagination and your ideas. Time is such a big piece that most people don't value as much, and it could really just drive your entire project for I don't know, years.
We've told Ray quite a few times, oh, we can do that, Ray. Just you do this piece and we'll do this piece. He's like, really? Are you sure? You're already doing a lot.
Yes, and so that's another little lesson learned, just kind of figuring out that time is one of the commodities that you have to work with too, not just the price, not the, the how good the GC is and kind of how well the team works, and all those pieces are important, but you have to figure it out the time. It's important. I'm nervous because we are changing this house quite a bit. There's definitely excitement of beautiful kitchen. We've been working really hard to on all of those details of kind of making our space. We can open up the kitchen to the outdoor space, so that's the whole design element with the bifold door. I think that was pretty much what started this whole remodel, because we live outside in this house, and just having that indoor-outdoor fluidity, I think, is also something I'm super excited about.
We're very excited to work with Ray and his team from DevArt8. The process has actually already begun. We've been doing this for quite a while, but we know that he's going to push hard because he's already been pushing us very, very hard. So we're very excited to wrap that up in the next 4 months and be done.